back to our unapologetic era.
Hi. You're right. They are kind of low.
I know. I'm scared.
That's okay. Look, we're going to look like shit for this episode just to pre-warn you because productions, something's happening. I don't know.
For some reason, my camera is really low. I'm looking right at it. Yeah, anyway, what are we talking about today?
When you're healed just enough to ruin someone else's life.
I have a lot to say about this, actually. And it's not, for all of my haters, it is hating on me. I've been saying this for months now that, and I say this with all the respect in the world, but my second marriage should have never happened because I shouldn't even have been dating.
You were half recovered.
I wasn't even halfway recovered. I was literally living in a fog.
No.
I mean, I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like I knew what I was talking about or what I was doing, but I felt safer. It was completely selfish because I felt safer in that relationship than flailing out on my own trying to figure things out.
But now you've been forced to flail on your own and do it what you didn't have the courage to do before.
I wouldn't say it was, I guess courage is the right word. I wasn't going to say courage was what was lacking. It was
You're a dumbass.
a sense of safety. Truly a sense of safety. Like, I didn't think that I was safe by myself. But there were so many things that I was convinced of that I wasn't, that I actually was. Does that make sense? Like, I was convinced that I could not take care of myself when I absolutely could have.
Yeah. But you went from parents' house to husband house.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all you ever knew.
Right.
There was no point of living on your own versus where I got out of college, lived by myself for several years, probably for a good 6 years, paid my own bills, took care of myself 100% before I even considered a serious relationship.
The crazy thing is I was, like, it's not like I depended on my husband. I mean, I took care of the finances. I did the bills. It was because of the way that marriage ended, so much of, like, I always joke that, like, my bubble exploded or my world was turned upside down. But truthfully, like, my safety was ripped out from underneath me. And so I just was truly lost. I was a lost person at the time. And you could say it was spiritual. You could say it was, but all I can tell y'all is I was spinning in 5 different directions all the time. And for some reason, I guess because of familiarity, is that how you say that, familiarity?
Close enough. I guess.
being in a relationship felt safe. And also, he was a man who needed mothering. And I wasn't,
like the worst ever.
yeah, but at the time, like, what was I seeking? I was trying to find my normal again. And my normal was being a mom and then being a wife, which is not okay, but that's the truth. And so I mothered him and I girlfriend him.
Sometimes I wonder in my second marriage, we are great at dating. We are great at dating. Dating's wonderful. I can't really say we're magical at marriage.
I mean, okay, what makes a marriage magical? Isn't the dating, if you have magical dating, isn't that what keeps the marriage even kill?
Well, he just stopped dating, and I kept dating.
Other people?
No. Maybe I should. There'd be some satisfaction in it.
I mean, that seems to always be the case.
But I, without a doubt, jumped to the next relationship before I even thought for 2 seconds I had healed whatsoever. There was no healing.
There was no telling me.
No. Yeah, there was no. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's okay. I'm fine. It's great. Oh, now that knowing what I know now, decades later, I'm like, I was an idiot.
I was a real idiot for sure, but there was definitely no telling me any different. I was still going to, and look, if I had to go back and redo it again, different person, but I probably still would have jumped right into another relationship. I felt safe there. So that's where I went. But, yeah, no, I thought I just went through the craziest thing that I could have ever thought of possible. It can't possibly get worse. I did feel confident in that. And I was really wrong about that. Really, really wrong about it. So, yeah, I mean, when somebody tells you, hey, you're not ready to be in a relationship yet, I don't know anybody who would listen. Do you know anybody who's been told that actually listened?
No, because they're either looking for a safety spot, they're looking to fulfill a loneliness that they now have, and they're looking just might lay next to them in bed. And no one's healed enough for the next one.
I sent a meme out yesterday that said, if you'll just lay next to me and play with my hair for 6 hours and tell me everything will be okay, everything will be okay. And I was like, man, somebody read my soul. I mean, like, that's what's lacking in my world. I can take care of myself. I don't, no, but I cannot lay in bed next to me, play with my hair, and tell me it's going to be okay and actually believe it.
No.
That's what's lacking as being by myself.
Is that a lack of healing in the process?
I don't know.
Or
Or is it just being realistic? Because we're human beings. We're
just want to be told it's going to be okay?
yeah, I genuinely miss somebody saying, it's gonna be all right, whether they meant it or not. Whether it was true, whether they meant it, it was just nice to have somebody go, I'm not going anywhere. I'm
It'll be
here. I'm
okay.
sticking it out with you. All along, me knowing. By the way, that's not healed. To answer your question,
No.
that's not healed. But that doesn't mean that I've gotten myself back into another relationship because I'm missing that.
I mean, my husband looked at me and be like, "It's gonna be fine," and I'm like, "No, it's not. Like, I've driven my limits. Like, no." And then an
Uh,
hour later, I'm like, "Okay, you're right."
if my parents told me that, or like my brother told me it's gonna be all right, maybe even you, I'd be like, no, it's not gonna be all right. It's not all right. But if a man told me, I would just, oh,
You gonna melt like butter,
yeah, yeah.
even if
Because
they're
I
not
live in this
insignificant.
because I live in this fantasy world that there is a knight in shining armor, not necessarily to save me. Not somebody's gonna come in and save the day, save me. I'm not a damsel in distress, but it's the make me like just it's the stroke, like it's the maybe if I keep throwing my hair out the window, somebody will climb up.
Or you get pulled by a crack whore or something.
Yeah, pretty
No,
much that's really what's gonna
stay off
happen.
Segan Lane. I don't know. I mean, when you're, and I can tell you when I was leaving, I'm like, I went through, I don't know, 6 months of therapy when initially I got out of the abusive relationship, and I thought I was like good to go. I'm like, let's do this. I
I
got
did
life.
7 years.
Yeah, but also
7 years of therapy for us to sit here like this. And we go, I don't know. I just need somebody to make me feel better.
we had the wrong people, I guess. She was great. She really was great. I have no complaints whatsoever. Either therapist I've ever been to. One made me feel like I wasn't the only person. I wasn't wrong in how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one made me open my eyes and direct more towards healing. Like
The
one
one
gave
that
me
challenges you is the right one.
well, no, she definitely, but she disappeared. I don't know what happened to her. But I'll find her again. So I mean, I'm still in the middle of my healing process. I think I've gone backwards, to be honest with you.
I think we have different points where we do.
Yeah. Well, because she challenged me so much to a level, I'm like, I feel like I went back 10 years because I had to reopen things that I guess apparently never addressed.
You have to face the red flags of yourself that you were ignoring.
I don't want to be self-aware.
I don't mind being self-aware at all. What sucks about being self-aware and recognizing your own red flags is recognizing your own red flags and then going, but I kind of like the way that red flag makes me feel. Hence, just wanting someone to lay next to me and play with my hair. At least I can say I've grown past the needing sex just to need sex. See, there's growth there. I don't want to have
How'd
sex.
you get to that point?
I'm not going to explain that. But
I'm just wondering because it's like I don't know.
do think
I'm
there
not
was,
to that point
I think
yet.
there was some maturing that happened there. I'm only going to give myself a little bit of credit because I'm still who I am. But I recognize I know what it is actually. I can answer it. I recognize that it wasn't truly fulfilling anything. Me hooking up wasn't fulfilling anything. At first, like 3 years ago when I was first single out of my last relationship, it was just fun. You know, like it was fun. And then as time went, it was like, no, hold on a second. I am not wasting another minute with you. I'm not giving y'all another minute of my time because you're literally three pump chumping me, and I
Oh, because they don't care.
well,
So we've all
Why would
fallen
they
into
care?
the half-healed tramp stage.
Mm-hmm. They
Without
call it post divorce, they literally, from men and women, they call it the hoe phase. That everyone goes through a hoe phase. Everyone does it differently. Some people are more respectful towards themselves than others, but it's a little bit of that like Catholic schoolgirl freedom.
maybe that's what I did wrong. I never went through that phase. I was busy.
I never thought I would have it. I never thought I would have it. I never even like it really caught me off guard. I remember whenever I realized in 2013 or 2004, it was 2014. I remember when I realized, oh my gosh, like it's okay if men look at me again because I had been married for so long.
You can look at me all you want. Don't bother
I
me,
had
man.
like in my mind there were such strong boundaries. Like no, I'm off limits in all ways.
They can
Just
still look. Oh my
I
Jesus,
don't know if
really?
they did or didn't. To be honest
You
with
don't
you,
walk. Let me ask you. You've never walked into a bar or something and see how many people look at you?
I mean now I will, but then I didn't go to bar. I didn't do anything. I was literally just a
Oh.
wife and a mom. Like I didn't do anything fun. We had no social life
Okay,
outside of
y'all didn't go to a basketball game the kids were playing in, and you're like looking at which dads are looking at you. You gotta tally that shit. It helps me to know if I how maybe it's my red flag. That tells me how good I look nowadays.
Uh, that's interesting. Well, see, we're at this weird point where like I can have the dad and the son both hitting on me. So sometimes it's a little uncomfortable.
Because I would tell you, I'll go to the gym, and we go to the Y, so the average age there of a man's like 70, and those are the ones that are following me around now.
I'm not going to say the demographic that follows me around, but it's not what I would prefer. Yeah,
It's
I
kind of
might be
weird.
single for the rest of my life. It is what it is. Because the men don't lose value at our age.
No, they can still reproduce at any point in
Value.
time.
Mm. And like a younger girl, a younger dumb girl, will think a guy that you and I are like, hey, he's doing what he should be doing with his life at this point.
Hmm.
It's not that exciting, but it's, hey, you've been spending 20 years working on this career. You should have a decent 401k. A girl that's 24 is like, dang, he's like set and ready to go.
And then I may look it's so bad because then I may look at him like, oh, he's only got like 100,000 in that 401k, and that's not setting me
You
for
ain't
shit
going
at
nowhere with
45 years
that.
old.
I know. And she's like, hey, we're getting a yacht.
Poor
I
baby.
know.
Poor
So I
baby.
can see their attraction. Plus, a man who never got married or had children and they're 40, 40, 45 years
God, that
old,
expendable income of that type of person.
which this is a side note, and I don't want to get too far off track, but I just want to bring up that that man thinks I have waited until my prime and now I am marrying this specimen, this fine specimen of a woman. You shooting out old swimmers. And that's never taken into account. Just because my eggs are old don't mean your sperm aren't old.
They're not. They regenerate
What did
constantly.
the science that we did that we learned about it takes two to make a good healthy child.
Oh, yeah, genetic wise.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
you're
that's
still
true.
spitting out little
I know, but they can reproduce new sperm constantly. It's their habits in life that make bad sperm.
Okay, so genuine question. I said I didn't want to get off topic, but genuine question. Could you be 24 or 42 and have the same toxic swimmers?
If you're continue the same habits of drugs and alcohol and any other substance abuse,
How come this is not taken into account more?
I don't know, but you can reproduce sperm every day, I'm pretty sure, and you create whole entire new ones. Like the old ones just
That
were
ain't
nothing.
right. That
And
ain't right. But we did eat the apple, so
we got a rib out of it.
we got the rib before the apple.
So I guess I'm stuck in my own self-aware red flags that I'm just
You don't want to recognize
oblivious.
yourself. You don't want to be self aware or recognize your red flags because then you know you have to do something about it.
I'm trying.
I don't mind being self aware.
What are you know I don't have a great short-term memory after this last stroke. It's really terrible. So maybe that I'm in denial because I'm not in denial because I just don't remember what my red flags are.
Yeah, you're in Forgetville.
I'm in Forgetville and I don't know what they are. So
Mine's called perimenopause, and yours is called stroke.
side note, I had to have my hormones tested and apparently I'm still as fertile as a 25-year-old.
Not cool. I don't want to have. I have no idea. I'm going off of just the way I feel because I'm terrified to find out how old the inside of me is.
Yeah, I mean, I now we know why every time you just look at me I get pregnant. Really, it's that bad.
Well, no wonder. Never mind.
Now I'm curious. Well, I could probably go ask my husband. He'd give me a million red flags that he tolerates of me.
Okay, you can't ask your husband and you can't ask your mom because,
Well, that's my mom.
well, or your grandmother.
Well, we'd ask my grandmother. I feel like my mom would tell me.
I feel like she might would sugarcoat it a little bit,
Nah,
but
I'm not the favorite
but
kid.
your grandmother wouldn't.
I'm not the favorite kid. Fine.
You're not a boy.
Oh, and I come from all brothers. I'm the only girl.
Yeah, true. True. And you're the oldest, aren't you?
I am the oldest.
Yeah.
Significantly
You're
older.
supposed to be leading the gang. Yeah, but being self-aware, look. Oh, so what I wanted to say earlier was about my whole. I have said all along, and I again preface this by saying I'm being as respectful as possible. But the whole marriage shouldn't have happened. The relationship shouldn't have happened. I do take a lot of responsibility for the damage that caused to anyone, and sometimes it kind of really hurts my heart because I'm like, man, like how much did he learn anything? Did he grow from it? Like, please tell me something good came out of it for him because I wouldn't want to waste any other human being's life ever. But
We're so opposites. It's like unbelievable.
he definitely wasted a lot of mine.
We're so.
Come to find out, he wasted my prime years because I got with him when I was 32 and
Right, early 30s.
left him when I was 38. I mean, shit, that was like the best years.
Damn.
I know.
You need some alimony or something out of that shit. Not that there's any to give. I think we're like jumping in, and you forget when you have your red flags, you jump into relationships thinking you need to fix someone else when you should be fixing yourself. Because like you'll go in, like he had red flags. You were just like,
Oh, I loved his red flags.
yeah.
And I saw them all. I tell everybody all the time, I'm like, I could see all his shit. It was just laid out like tarot cards on a table. I could see all of them. I loved them. I was like, that's fucked up, but I know it's there. That's fucked up.
At
but I
least
know
you
it's
knew
there.
though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was
You were so.
my mother has always said, she's like, I don't know why you were with him. And I'm like, because I can see his fucked upness and I like it. I like it.
There was nothing.
I was so terrified of the hidden
Oh.
coming out of what
Because
I
you
came out of.
right, because your first one was nothing but hidden red flags, and this one just laid on the table, so you thought you were doing a better situation, doing better.
Oh, it was safe.
Damn.
I can't go back enough to saying that it felt safe. In the most screwed up way, it felt safe. Now, that is like the most unhealed version of a human being possible. And here I am marrying them. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. And look, I have children, so I shouldn't have put them through that.
Did you ever try to fix him?
Did I ever try to fix him?
Mm-hmm.
I mothered him. I wouldn't say I tried to fix him, but I mothered him for sure. I mean, I mothered him to the point where his mom was like, "Oh, we're on a team together."
Oh shit!
For sure. Like, she sent me home with holy water. That's not a joke.
I know, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on this topic just because I know them, and I'm just gonna be like, done.
Well, I'm being as respectful as possible, and it's funny in hindsight, but it's the truth. And yeah,
So did he marry his mother?
No. Maybe that's why he didn't like having sex with me. You know,
Did he marry? Like we got.
he
think
might
about
have just
this.
opened a door I didn't realize was there.
Damn.
Because he did used to tell me, a wife doesn't do, because I wanted to do things, and he was like, a wife doesn't do those things.
Oh, you mothered him too much that he can't view getting a wife in a sexual way
he was
that way.
getting it somewhere. It wasn't from me.
Because they didn't mother him. You were mothering him to the point of
I
he
took
never
really good
saw you
care
as
of
a
him.
sexual partner.
His underwear were always clean. His food was always made. The house was always clean. He didn't like crumbs anywhere.
That doesn't make a good wife.
I came from a situation where I was told. This all goes back to our subject, which is that how unhealed were you trying to like pretend you were healed? I came from a situation where I was literally like screamed at. You're the worst wife. You're the worst mother. You are just selfish. You don't do anything for anybody but yourself. So what did I do? I spent the next 6 years of my life diving into this other man's world to do anything and everything for him. One of those things being turning my head when I knew he was cheating.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
No, I shouldn't have, but I felt like I deserved it.
Now, I'm going to, and we've talked about this before, if I was in a marriage in a situation where I was safe, I was taken care of financially, there was a house, everything was done, I don't know if I went and turned a blind eye to indiscretion. I don't know.
Certainly weren't living the family dream.
I know, but I'm saying if I know what you're saying, but I'm saying like
Well-
if I was in a stable,
I did have the opportunity to kind of make that decision in my first marriage, in which was, do I
wondering.
pretend all this stuff didn't happen? And because,
he wasn't going to let you pretend though what didn't happen.
well, the last time the conversation was had, yeah. He was like, I'll do whatever I have to do to fix it and make it right. And he wasn't holding anything against me.
That's a narcissist thing to
Now,
say because he's going to hold it over your fucking head the rest of your
I
life.
knew better. I had learned a little bit. I knew better that everything he was saying was an in the moment, temporary, do whatever I have to do to get what I want right now. And it's not even going to be what I want later.
Yeah.
But I was given the opportunity and I said, no, thank you.
Well, it's because they don't want you, but they don't want you to leave and anyone else to have you.
Well, they don't be the bad guy. They want to leave on their terms. And that actually has nothing to do with being a narcissist. That has to do with just people do that all the time anyway.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the bad guy. So they'll try to fix it or make it better. They still don't want to be with you. Yeah, they still don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
They still want to break up. But then you can't say, "Oh, they screwed me up," cuz I also think that he tried to pull me in to a lot of his stuff as a way to be able to be like, "I'm not a bad guy because look what you did with me." I really think that was all a setup.
Oh, we were a team in this. We both did this. This both of us happened, and so they.
And he figured out ways to have receipts, literally, so that he could be like, "Oh, she participated in this."
That he wasn't. Damn.
Yeah, he's so much smarter than me when it comes to evil.
Manipulation.
I don't know. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can manipulate, but I don't think on that level.
I have to admit, I can't.
I mean, he's like 2 steps ahead of you all the time, but in the most sinister way. And I'm like, duh, 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 duh. He is Garfield, and I am OD.
That's a good analogy. I don't like it's. I mean, I literally went from one marriage to another. Like, I dated for like 2 seconds, maybe one
you could
person.
say I did too then, because we got married around the same time.
The only difference is I'm still with the second one. I can't say he likes me, but I'm there.
Yeah, but we married very different people the second go around.
Oh my God, night and
so
day.
different. And look, I to this day still joke. I'm like, I can't believe you're the one that had another baby. Like, I thought for sure I would have another child. That is one, and I'm not saying you didn't make a good decision, but in my situation, that is one good decision I have made. It is, I didn't let that happen again. We're not ruining
One
any
baby
other,
daddy's enough.
well, we're not ruining any other little bitty humans' lives.
One
Like,
baby's not enough. It's a tough world starting over.
that is, it's funny you say that because I am glad that I'm able to say I have one baby daddy because I have so many other negative things thrown at me, like, oh, 2 divorces and you're
Now you got multiple baby
like,
daddies.
I got one baby daddy. Like, leave me alone. How many baby mamas you got?
Again, that brings me back to is why being a single mother is so frowned upon, but being a single dad's okay. I'm not going down that rabbit hole, but that irritates the shit out of me.
You and I could go on and on about that.
You're the bad person, then the single dad comes in and he's like the glorious, magical, like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I would love to talk about that because I have spent years trying to not be, because I've had some kind of mess up situation with my custody, and I've spent years trying to not be the glorified single dad. And I'm like, how do I be a good mom whenever I barely see my children? Anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
That's a whole nother subject.
But I would love to dive into it because it is tough. Like, that is really tough. But yeah, anyway, I shouldn't have gotten remarried. I shouldn't have been in the relationship. Oh, and you want to talk about go right from one from the other? I moved out of our family home in October, like the beginning of October. And my second husband and I had our first date November.
Man, it happened that fast?
Uh-huh.
Damn. I left in July, and we didn't start dating till next June. I almost made it a year.
I mean, me and my first husband had been split up. Like, we'd been separated for a while, so we both were living separate lives. But actually, move out of the family home and on my own was only. I didn't meet my second husband until after I was out of the family home.
Gotcha.
But I had been on dates with other people already.
Well, I just feel like a walking red flag lately. I don't know why. For the past year. I guess because so many things have been opened up that I wasn't intending to be opened up going to a new therapist. Now I'm like...
That's a good thing.
I know, but...
Gives you room for growth.
But it's like, we'll think of it this way. So I'm going into a relationship with a person and we've been together 12 years almost. And the one person he got the first half of our relationship was one. And the person he's getting now in the second decade we're coming up is a different person.
That's so normal though.
But it's not a good different person. So I feel bad for him.
Okay, I gotta give you a little pat on the back because you are recognizing some things came up that made life difficult for you, and then you recognized it. And I would say that you're attempting to make it better. So it's not like you're saying, screw you,
Oh,
deal
no.
with it.
But now I'm like, I made it better. Now you go make it better too. And I feel like
No,
such a bitch.
they're definitely, there should be the same amount of energy and effort put out on both ends.
I agree.
That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that the energy and effort that he's going to put out is like mirrors yours, because y'all don't have the same needs.
Yeah.
You have different needs than he has. But whatever you're doing to try to better your relationship with him needs to first and foremost be bettering you.
Yeah.
That would be what I was talking about with me diving in with the second husband and doing whatever I could to make his life better, because I was told you were such a terrible wife and mother. So I just did. And I didn't absorb, take in what, like, I didn't actually grow. I was just doing it so that I could be like, see, I'm not a bad person.
Proving to him or proving to yourself?
Myself.
So he just
Because he didn't know.
became collateral damage in the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. He got clean clothes and a clean house as collateral damage.
Huh. So
but
there's benefits to being half healed. The other
he definitely benefited. I mean, like, when I tell you that second husband benefited, because he got the girl that was more sexually alive and recharged, and I wanted to just please him. Literally, that's all I wanted to do, was just make him happy and please him. I wanted
That's exhausting.
Well, I didn't have anything else to worry about.
Hmm.
Well, I did. I was ignoring it. I was ignoring all the other things I needed to worry about. I was so scared of life in general at that point.
You're proving to yourself that, yeah, like you're saying, proving to yourself that you weren't what the other relationship told you you were.
Yeah, because I really, like, it spun me, because it was one of those things where it's like, wait, I didn't think those things of myself. And tried to diagnose me with borderline personality disorder, and, like, a person who truly has that, I don't think really actually knows they have it. So that even made it harder, because it was like, wait, I might have it because I don't know I had it. And then spun me.
Hell no.
Spun this bitch out.
Well, I had the same way. I mean, I was still the same wife I was for both relationships. I can tell you that, because I didn't ever think I was a bad wife. It was what I was reacting to of what was being brought to the plate and the table on not coming home. There's times, like, I wouldn't see him for a month. And I'm like, we lived in the same house. Like, how is that even fucking possible? Because you're sleeping on the floor somewhere because you passed out drunk.
You know what sucks about that is when they do show back up, you're like, damn, I got a routine now, and you are messing it up.
Oh, yeah. And of course, house was always spotless, and then he'd come home and be like, you're such a fucking sloth.
Yeah.
Like, you're so lazy. And so, but I knew I wasn't. Like, that was nothing I took personally from him. I just went to my next relationship, my next marriage, and just was still the same wife I was. And why that it worked for that relationship, and it was fine. Until I had to self-reflect, and that became a different issue.
In my first relation, the one that spun me, I was so confident in myself. And I felt, when we got married, I had issues. I was young, but I felt like I had grown and I had matured, and I was becoming more independent of a person, and I was really confident in myself. And that's when everything crashed and burned, which has a lot to do with him, not me. But he could have told me, he could have come home and said, the house looks like crap. And I'd been like, come on now. You know it don't. You know it don't. But the second one, all he had to do was breathe the wrong way, and I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I wanted to do nothing but please him, which meant he got away with basically murder.
Yeah. So what do we learn in all this?
All I can do is learn in hindsight. And I have stayed single on purpose for the last 3 years, because there are plenty of people that would have been in a committed relationship with me that would have been fine, but I knew that it didn't fit all of my needs.
Yeah.
And that's not a selfish thing. I want to be what's best for them too.
So you're setting on your healing journey, and I'm setting on my healing journey while still being married.
That's okay. No, think, if we don't grow while we're in, people were married for 50 years, 60 years. They obviously matured, they changed, they went up and down, and there probably were times that they didn't see each other for a month too, but for different reasons.
They weren't.
I had expected my life to look more like yours, where I was going to have these moments of growth in my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work out that way. And I think it took me almost 10 years of being divorced. We're not even talking about the second marriage, but being divorced for me to finally go, that's not your life anymore. So start doing the
Mm.
healing and the growing that you should have been doing all along.
Yeah, because if you want something different, you have to do something different.
I mourned that life ending pretty much through the whole second marriage, which he recognized, by the way. The second husband would say all the time, you're not over it. Now, he was smart enough to know this. He did not mean the man. He meant the family, not the wedding, the
The
family,
life,
the marriage. Yeah.
the lifestyle that not the
And it's not the materialistic lifestyle. It was that I wanted my family together.
yeah.
I wanted and I still get sad about that, obviously. But I realize I'm realistic about it.
Doesn't it piss you off though that we have to heal from people decades later still?
That's exactly why it's
Like
taken me almost 10
it
years.
just makes me so fucking mad that
Mhm.
I allowed myself into a situation that it's taken me decades to heal from. Like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Yeah, and I tell myself all the time, don't play the victim, don't play the victim. And then I'm like, but this isn't your fault. And so then I have to go back and I have to go, well, but I did choose that person. So I guess I'm going to take all the responsibility
No, no,
because
no,
of
no,
that
no, no.
choice.
We're gonna stop that right there.
No,
You
but
may
see what
have
I'm
chose
saying?
that person, but they were in hiding of who they were,
Absolutely.
and you can't. I think you have every right to play the victim in that scenario when they were not perceiving themselves in a correct way and opening to who they really were.
I try really hard to be accountable. That's not to say that I always am. I'm not saying that I always see my mistakes and that I always own them, but I try really hard to. And um, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like people tell you all the time, they're like, oh, you need to be thankful for that experience. Yes, I am a better person for it, but no.
Why are we
No.
thankful? Who the fuck's telling you that?
People say it all the time. They're like, "Oh, you wouldn't have your kids if you hadn't gone through that." I have decided, and I don't care. Me and you talk about this, God, but I have decided that He already planned my boys for me, whether or not I married that POS or not.
Oh, absolutely. I say that all the
So
time.
no,
They may not look the same, but your children were lined up to
my
bring come to
children were my
you.
children,
Yes.
absolutely. And so when somebody says, "Oh, you wouldn't have had the kids nah, screw
No,
you,
you would have. They just would look
screw
different.
you." Maybe if I'd have made a better decision, I'd have had those kids, and I wouldn't have had to share custody with him and another woman for the last 11 years.
Well, she's not part of the picture.
I have a question that I want to ask that's off subject, and this is very, very sensitive, but
Ruh-roh.
I want to know what your feeling is on it. A step parent.
I mean, I've only been what I consider a step parent for only about a 4-month period of time. So, like, what part of it would you want to answer?
Should the child see the step parent as an equal to the biological parents?
No,
I don't think so either.
absolutely not. And I mean, like, even though
Because they are replaceable.
they are, and I hate, you know what, I hate this too. I hate when people call them, they're like a
Bonus.
bonus mom. I'm a bonus mom. No, the fuck you ain't. Because, like, just stop.
See, this is gonna get us in
Just
trouble.
stop.
But
I know, but we're off stop. Well, it'll be
no,
another day.
Before I get myself in trouble, let me also say that I have not put myself in that position and I might have missed out on some really great guys because of this, but I haven't put myself in that position on purpose because I have been screwed over so badly by a step parent that I don't want to ever make another woman feel the way I felt or I have felt. And I've just avoided dating or getting serious with anybody who
Has little ones.
mm-hmm.
But that's not a bad decision, to be honest with you. I mean, it was tough to see because they believe, like, you're going to believe what he tells you, right? You're going to believe everything he says about her. And when it probably take it with a grain of salt and probably half of it's not true.
Right.
But I can still say those girls I still talk to, and it's been years. Like, it's been years. And I still have
You
communication
had
with
that
them.
bond with them.
Oh, yeah. They
And
were
I have
amazing.
all the respect for the bond, and I have all the appreciation for taking on children that aren't yours um and helping render them.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a different level for the biological parents than the step parents.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, he did a really good job of balance. And that's what I credit to, is balancing where my position was with them
Mm-hmm.
and where their mother's position was with them. And he did it very well. So I think that made a difference too, is they understood
So he was a good human being.
Yes. He was,
That really does mean a lot. It really does.
I mean, so he did a really great job at that. Of,
If I found myself in a situation where I really liked a man and he had children and he was co-parenting, I would immediately want to meet and spend time with the other mother and build some sort of relationship with her because one, if he doesn't want me to, that's a huge red flag. But also, I don't want her to ever feel like I'm trying to do like to I want to stay on the same path that they're on. However, they're deciding to co-parent their children together. I
Mhm.
want to be supportive of that, not in any way feel like I'm a uphill
So you're
swim.
a bonus mom?
Yeah, no, I'm not
I hate
trying.
that
I'm not trying to
word.
be a good time Charlie.
But I mean, maybe that's the difference in your healing journey and what we're talking about. And I jumped into that and I was okay. I mean, and your journey was just different that you stayed away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like you had more trauma coming from
Oh, so
experiencing a
much.
stepmom scenario where I never did. I was just the bitch
Yeah, I
instead
had
of
a
everybody.
stepmom that was willing to, do whatever she could to take my children away from me
Yeah.
without ever even having a
Again,
conversation with
that's
me.
they believe they believe what he's saying
Yeah.
to be truth.
It's so hard. And you came from somebody who has the same type of personality, but it's so hard for the people that are under their spell still to live amongst them,
Yeah.
being outside of it.
Yeah.
Like being outside the fog and then trying, you can't, like you're in two different realities.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them, but whenever they're helping raise your children, you like it's really hard to like be fair and balanced, as you say. That's a tough one.
I mean, I think my husband did a really good balance of because we always established basically there's house rules that
Hmm.
him and I both when you're on control, like there's house
Yeah.
rules that you have to follow, and then there's situations and there's rules that only I control, that only I discipline on. So there's basic things he disciplines on as us together, and then there's things he's like, nope, this is all you.
Yeah, but he like see, you've also struggled with the co-parenting thing too though. Um that's completely different. But yeah, I mean, okay, so in the first marriage, when the one I only have children with, I think we parented well together. I say I think because who knows what he would say, but we didn't have issues. We were on the same page with
Until we weren't, until you became the
until there
enemy.
was another human being involved who had their own idea of how children should be raised
Yeah.
that doesn't have children of their own. Yeah.
Well, let's just say everyone's healing journey is different. I can't honestly say that I've met someone that's fully healed, period.
I don't think I think we die healing. And I think it's part of the journey. How they say, like, it's not about the finish line, it's about the journey to the finish line. The healing process is that. Do I wish that my traumas that I was healing from weren't so, like, bizarre and out there? And I could just have, like, normal, like, mommy or daddy issues? Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a funnier dinner story.
Well, guys, I wish everyone luck in their healing journey because I don't think we ever reach a full I am okay situation because we're always evolving and new situations happen in our life. But
The conclusion is that whether you are ready to do something about it or not, the first step is self-awareness.
and don't go ruining everybody else's life and holding them hostage because you haven't healed.
Take accountability for who you have stomped all over in your messiness.
Yeah.
Because we all make mistakes, we all hurt people, we don't mean to. Some people mean to, but we usually don't mean to. And stand up for that. That goes a long way.
Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe because y'all are pissing me off. But okay, I'm not going to say I'm trying to say not bad words anymore as much as I can. But y'all being bitches. Come on.
Peace out, homies.
Bye.